Hey, I'm lucky enough to have some time between calls to get with Erica. We try and get together and do some real numbers, real time, real clients. This is the real deal, folks. You are seeing the true and tried processes of highly effective campaigns running. Erica, so happy to have you on board. Say hello to everybody who's on
Hi,
this.
thanks for having me, Matt.
Yeah. Always, 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 always. And it's good to get, I think the last one we did is about 2 weeks ago, so we can catch up on some new ones. And we're going to go through a bunch of accounts where we're going to show cost per lead. And we're going to talk about regions. We're going to talk about what's going on. We got hotspots and not hotspots. And so let's talk about a region. Let's get into this first one here because I see something I really like, body contouring. Love it. Talk to me.
Yeah, okay. So this is a client who is in Manhattan, obviously known as a super hot spot, up to a few weeks ago. And this client recently reopened and is getting, just crushing it with their results. So they are running a monthly budget of 1,000 for body contouring and also for Botox. And you can see their cost per leads are $3.53 for body contouring and $3.16 for Botox. So they've been open for 3 weeks and they already have 158 leads that they're working in Manhattan. So this is just an awesome campaign right now.
Yeah, and truth be told, that this is going to go up. And this is not going to be forever. We know this, but this is what we told everybody, which is that they also have a pent up demand. Plus, they were collecting data on the downtime. So what's happening is that they're refreshing the people who have re-seen these ads. So the real business, and why we try and tell people is, don't shut your ads off when there's a lockdown or a pause or because it comes back eventually. And they're reaping the advantages of this, which is that they have a good database built that they were marketing to throughout. And now they go back, they hit those people again, they come in. And they come in for dollars. Instead of $50 a lead, it's $3 a lead. So just think about that. And these are really important things to consider when we're all sort of, when we go from a panic mode to non-panic to start to stop. And all these consistency strategies always win out.
Exactly. I think the thing to, kind of keep the eye on the prize is that, you've spent in this account here $523 only. And, like the average package of these body contouring, patients, if they sign up, is at least $3,000. And they have 67 people to work. So that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and each area in the country is different. We have customers from California to New York to Chicago to Houston. I mean, we're going to go through a couple here. Why don't we move to the next client and let's go somewhere in the rest of the world, right?
Okay, so we are going to move to Chicago, another, Midwest kind of hot spot. This client is also seeing pretty good success. They have cool sculpting leads running. They have 8 leads already this month with a cost per lead of $26, which is great for cool sculpting.
Yep.
They're running. Do you have a question?
I'm just it just boggles my mind that we have $25 per lead cool sculpting in a major metropolitan area because it's normally 50 to 100. And it just boggles my mind that the and they're sort of in a mid area, and they haven't they're phased out a little bit more, so they're a little bit further down the pathway with their um with, I guess, whatever the lockdown status they have, but it's like a phase 3 phase 4 type thing.
Hmm.
I'm always amazed when I see Botox leads under $10 and cool sculpting under $50. Now, does this also have to do with the fact that cool sculpting is allowing these other new offers like 50% off?
Actually, no. This account is running the old offer, which is the 25% session starting at $600. So that cost per lead is real. It's not like they're offering the new 50% off promo of 8 sessions.
Yeah, I'm wondering how well that will come across when people start to reorganize their ad sets as they, decide they want to take that strategy. I think that's going to be interesting. I think we're going to get competitive forces in the market that we haven't seen before that are going to be interesting to see as they calculate how they're going to be able to push an 8 session. Now, 8 sessions, and about $300 to $400 per session at the end of the day after all is said and
400,
done. Yeah.
400, so
So
3,200 for 8.
yeah, so if they're running through, it's the $3,200 return on investment for a $25 lead. It does strike an interesting balance if they do run and they get the same amount of cost per lead on the $50 or 50% off leads. So we'll find out what happens.
Absolutely. And the other really exciting thing about this account is that they have vein surgery leads at only $14 a lead. That's a surgical campaign. Anything under $50 to $100 is pretty incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And NPMD, are we talking about sclerotherapy? Are we talking about spider veins? Or which vein? I'm just curious if you know.
So it's a general vein screening that is an ad for either spider, varicose, or like pain in the legs.
Okay, got it. Yeah, because I know that the initialization for a lot of vein guys is to get that sort of filtering done for insurance and or for just capability to make sure that they're a valid candidate. So that's a great number for that initial screening, which if you could do that all day long and they end up with just even one patient out of those 15 leads, it's beyond worth it, you know?
Yeah, some of these patients have, 4 veins that will qualify for ablation. They pay thousands of dollars a vein. So, you know,
Yep.
it's just awesome.
Great. So now we've done New York, Chicago. I bet you we're heading west.
We're going to Houston, a new hotspot. This is a plastic surgeons campaign. This account is running liposuction, breast augmentation, and Botox. And again, we are seeing surgical leads for liposuction at only $15. So this month they already have 38 leads for lipo. They have 12 breast aug leads with a cost per lead of $48. Again, fantastic. And then they're also running Botox.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Their Botox is high, but their lipo is low, which is interesting. You'd think it would be the other way around. And I'm wondering if people are taking the advantage of since they're out of work or they're off work to go and get lipo done, because they might be not working from home. I don't mean off work, but maybe they're working remotely. They're like, well, of all the times before I go back in September or October when things, die down, let's get the lipo done.
Well, and I think this is also an area that opened up, first. So a lot of people who were overdue for their Botox, they already got it. So that pent up demand is coming down. Also, this is a very tough geo in Houston. There's a lot of non-core physicians that are running ads for $8, $9 a unit. These are plastic surgeons. We are running it at 10, which is still pretty low. So I think
Right.
that's a pretty good explanation as to why it's a little higher.
Yeah, and the breast dog for 48 bucks, I mean that is a winner chicken dinner because if you can get one of those 12 to come through, I mean that's a 5 to 10,000 dollar op. And we know that that is right now, and again, I say the same thing. I think there are people making these considerations since they're working from home. They have the opportunity to not have to worry about, scars or whatever, or recovery. So I always think that maybe this is the time that plastic surgeons should really pour it on before the fall and have that opportunity to, because that's what we found when we were doing some of the other hair transplant stuff, which is we knew that that was a big winner right now. We're starting to see a lot of additions in hair transplant because people are working from home. So they don't have that necessity to, have that 6 weeks of recovery time, in front of other people, right? So there's
Exactly.
all sorts of ideas here. And I'm going to probably rephrase this podcast as our tactical Thursday, right? We should we should name it because Man, there's a lot of tactics in this, and we'll get in deeper to this with going through some ad strategy. I think that'll be our next one. Maybe looking at why things are performing, what's performing well from an ad set layer, and show
Sure.
people really cool stuff about how to A/B test out their strategy in this segment. So, Erica, anything else you want to share with us at all in this particular subset?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. I think again, message to the surgeons, this is the time to get your ads out there. People have the time. There's not weddings, events, as many vacations. This is when people can fit these things into their lifestyle.
Yeah, you don't consider the fact that, hey, they're not going anywhere, so the money goes somewhere else. Like people still spend. Maybe this is another reason to consider when you're thinking about your ads right now, the not even the validity of it, but the truth of the market is that if people go into certain regional lockdowns, they're not going to travel out of state. They've got a a substantial income and they're looking for something to do. This is another way out of sort of like a personal, it's a positive personal body movement, which is an increase of people's, I guess, let's just say if they're going to be locked down, they might as well feel better.
Exactly. I mean, I think, the data speaks for itself that the demand is there. People are definitely interested in these procedures right now. That certainly hasn't changed.
Yep, very cool. All right, awesome, Erica. Thank you so much. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. We're going to do that, another one of these, but we're going to get tactical. We're going to do another Tactical Thursday.
Awesome. I'll see you then.